messages. Okay. I'm good. I'm good. All right. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Sun's Face Distractions. I'm Griffin. This is Theta. And today we are watching Tokyo 24th Ward, Episode 2. Last time, a whole lot of stuff happened. We got introduced to a very long episode where they laid out their entire plot and how everything is going to go. It was really great. But Theta, why don't you go and fill me in the details? It's been a week.
The details of what happened in the first episode?
Yeah, exactly.
Let's see. God, I can't remember everyone's names. Well, I guess we can just call them by their colors because that's how they recognize themselves by their hair colors: red,
Yeah,
blue,
everyone's
and
nickname.
green. Yeah,
Mm.
RGB. I think it's RGB. That's what they
Yep.
say. So red, green, blue. Apparently blue wanted to be a hero. Because we get introduced to a lot of things that clue us in that he wanted to be a hero, and now he no longer considers himself to be a hero.
Yeah, his arc is like the struggle to embody like what he wants to be, which is heroic.
Well, no, not even heroic. Literally a hero. Um, the girl in our flashback that dies, which is God, Green's sister. Yeah, it was Green's sister
Yes.
because he punches her out. He punches him in the end for saying that she could still be alive. He fails to save her, and she mentions to him something about being a hero, and like he even puts the soccer ball helmet on his head, claiming to be a hero. And by the end of the episode, we have like some sort of, I don't know if she's saying it or it's on a phone call or something about never giving up being a hero. It's like literally explicitly said, not just being heroic, but actually being a hero. And we've already admitted, even when he's not super powered, he's fucking a superhero anyway.
Oh yeah, he can literally climb several stories up a building without any further assistance or powers, which he gets later on. And once he gets like powers from like mystery phone call, he literally becomes Superman.
Well, not super. I mean,
He
not
is faster than a locomotive.
again.
No,
A point.
faster than a speeding bolt, more powerful than a locomotive, and can leap tall buildings in a single bound. He
He
is
he
Superman.
doesn't leap tall buildings. He climbs them very fast and then leaps from side to side a lot. And also, he outruns a train. But you also got to remember, by the time he jumps in front of the train to outrun it, the train's brakes have been on for a little while, so it's slowing down.
Right, right, but it is still above and beyond anything any human could be expected to do, and only he can probably do
Right,
it.
right.
Everyone
Like I
else, like,
said,
has different, like, ancillary powers they get from, like, their phone call. I'm pretty sure Red's power is actually to drink a lot of Monster Energy drink, and his hacking is just perfectly normal.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know what.
And as you mentioned, like, Green's power was, like, he noticed a lot more body language, he's interpreting stuff more, he's gonna basically start reading minds.
Yeah, green is like hyper senses. Blues is obviously physicality, and they all share what you call it, eidetic memory. They all share eidetic memory because each one of them, when they were in the car on their way to the train station, were saying things that they noticed earlier, each one of them, so they all share eidetic memory. Or, opposed to you, maybe perhaps shared memory.
Right, they all had, like, the same memory downloaded into them, and I think they realized it. But they
I
definitely got to the point where it's like, "Wait a second, are they actually starting to read each other's mind about this too?" Which I guess will be clarified more soon,
I would
maybe.
have to go back and look to see if who said what, because
Mhm,
I
mhm.
want to say it was Green who remembered the text that was on the inside of his bag when they were shouting out things about one another. Not
Yeah.
about one another, but about what was important to figure out what was happening. But
Mhm,
if
mhm.
it was Red that said what was on the inside of Green's bag, and that was just a fact that we didn't notice or point out, then that would be different. So one indicates they all gain eidetic memory when they're in that mode, or not even eidetic memory, because eidetic memory you'd have to remember it while it was happening, and this is like
Yeah, yeah.
instant flashback or instant recall. Um,
They're all super
versus
smart.
if one of them is remembering a different one's memories, which is a completely different superpower.
Right, yeah.
I guess
It's
maybe
unclear, but it maybe doesn't even have to be clear. They're cool, they're smart, they're communicating very fast and working as a team very instantly because they're also already a team.
Reds would be faster brain power. So
Uh, Again, his power is to slam Monster Energy drinks.
well, yeah, I'm just thinking because if they all have very present superpowers, right? They're all doing something, and he's can't
Right,
you can't hack faster. You can only hack as fast as your computer will let you, or your
right.
connection will let you. So maybe he's thinking things faster so that he can then do them before he hacks them.
No, you're absolutely right. Like the one line which is his power was when he's on the top and he's like, "Oh man, I have to rewrite this program immediately on the fly to do what I wanted to do in order to get to this point. Man, this is so exciting." His power is that yeah, he does think and act faster on like doing things. Because I could probably tell you having like a 10-minute time limit to write a whole program of any kind is probably absurd.
Right, that's what I'm
so
saying.
he's
So,
super so he's superhuman.
well, it's that he can think everything out. So it's not. I have to figure out how to make a program to do this
Mhm.
thing super fast. So he's not like, "Dear God, I hope I'm typing the right shit." It's like, okay, I need to do that. Okay, done. I've thought out the whole code. Now I just need to type it into the fucking computer.
Yeah.
So he's not super fast or anything. He just thought it. Now it's done. I gotta actually write it out.
Super words per minute. Yeah, I can
I'd,
type real fast.
well, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think he's. I think he was pretty fast at typing before because he was a hacker. They show him doing stuff in real time.
Right.
I think it's more the fact again, like, okay, I just thought up an award-winning novel. I still have to type it on the computer.
Yeah. And I think what we're probably going to see this time is like what role like the different agencies are going to play and what role these characters play against or with those agencies cuz last time they were trying to stop a disaster, but they also indicated that they didn't like any of them.
Well, we got what? Do Red, which is Red's group, which is Red, obviously my favorite character,
Street Gang portrayed as terrorists.
and the three other people, the woman, the half burnt faced homeless guy, and
Mhm.
again somebody else I can't remember. I remember there's three of them standing together at the train station, but
And
I
the other guy who's only noticeable because he has two cooler friends.
the other guy who's noticeable because I counted three people and I can only name two.
It's just me. That's what it is. I'm only noticeable because of other people around me.
And you have Green and his assistant, who literally I think said she took the job so she could be near him. I can't really remember. And he is part of. God, it starts with an S. Do you remember the name of the future cops or
Nope. But
the
there are future cops and disaster response people.
well, yeah, no, the disaster response people are just normal. They're
Mhm.
the normal response people, but we have precog. The precog people who have like the phones say there's a 77% chance something's going to happen here, and then put their people there, and then they wait and see what's going to
Yeah,
happen.
detecting 90% chance of some bullshit happening.
Well, because we can't read Japanese, so we don't know what the phone said. All we saw
Mhm.
was that it said 72% chance, and then the he's explaining or the woman's explaining that yeah, we have a bunch of our scrag, something like S ends with G, has a G in it, there's an R and an A maybe.
Mhm.
We have a bunch of our people around here waiting.
Sarge,
Sarge,
maybe.
good, yeah, could be. We have a bunch of our people around waiting to see what happens. We can only respond when something happens because pointedly they did the whole we can't arrest somebody before they commit a crime. That's
Right,
crazy.
they have the slightly better take on it from like well if I you
Minority
mentioned
Report.
last time a Minority
You
Report
didn't remember
where
last time either.
yeah, there we go. Yeah, they have a slightly better take than Minority Report, where they just kind of show up and arrest people before anything actually even happens. Just goes, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's we're
well,
taking you in for crimes you could have done.
much like
Um,
last time, you and me have different feelings on
yeah.
that. Again, I say if you're standing over somebody with a knife in hand, you're
hmm
probably about to commit a crime.
And worthy note also is Psycho Pass, which is an anime that came out like relatively recently too, with some similar premise on that part too, where instead of like predicting the future explicitly. It's predicting people who are likely to do criminal behavior and then going after those people.
That's a
Uh,
different thing.
that's a different thing, but it does have a similar premise of going out and trying to stop a thing from happening.
There is a
They take a completely different angle, and I think it's probably really good this anime is going a completely different way from that.
yeah, there's a Japanese movie that has a similar take, except it's a computer that discerns by birth what your criminal life might be, and just you
Mhm.
just eliminate them at birth.
Oh yeah, Psychopaths goes through like a whole lot of that too. It's like, well, he was identified as a criminal when he was a teenager, so now he's just permanently criminal. Well, that's what you gonna do.
See, I think that's the only two organizations I remember because Blue isn't part of
Mm.
anything. He
Yeah,
just
Blue's just doing his own thing. He's just teen,
he's part
but
of a
no, he's
deli.
they already graduated high school. They're not teens. They're literally just straight up young adults now.
I don't know. You keep getting confused because you were off put by the fact I kept saying elementary school.
Right, right. Because I thought like, oh, this is the school they're going to. It can't possibly be an elementary school. Look at how old they are.
Well, one
But
assumes that it was his
no,
little
they were just
sister.
hanging out there. Yeah, they were
Well,
just hanging.
remember, it was his little sister that was in the school. So
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I read the little sister there after I said it twice. It was his sister that was at the school. We don't know how old, what the age difference is.
Right, right. Still, I think we have no idea what's going to happen this episode, and we just have to kind of see what happens,
Oh, I
right?
can predict. We're
Oh,
gonna
you
have
can
some
predict. Go ahead.
we're gonna have some strife between these people. If one, Blue said that Green's sister was still alive, even though they
The
know
drama, yeah.
she's dead because they've seen her dead. He
Died in their arms, had a funeral, literally went to a memorial.
well, the memorial is holographic, but one assumes that they recovered the body after Blue literally held her as she died.
Yeah, be awkward otherwise.
Oh, I mean, it's very insulting to Green because again he punched Blue, but at the same time, Blue held her as she died, knows firsthand that she's dead, and then looks back at Green and says, "I think your sister's alive." Man, you're the first one who told me she died.
Right. It's like it's a thing that doesn't make any sense from anyone's perspective, and they need an explanation.
And I figure Red is probably going to be aloof to this whole thing because he doesn't seem to have a dog in this fight. He's a friend, and he seems well. He was aloof in the another scene I had to cut.
Mhm,
A lot of the "Hey, let's cook food on this table" scene because it
mhm.
was a lot of talking, not a lot of actual important dialogue was being said.
It was characterization and like character building,
Yeah,
but
it
yeah,
would have been
that's
good
it.
to have in there, but at the same time, I have a limited amount of stuff that I can fit in.
What are you saying? You can't take like 40 minutes and just post it on YouTube as is? No way.
Look, it's really hard to get any of this out here because I'm not
Mhm.
gonna. There is a. I don't want to say their name out loud because the vocal recognition might pull me off on this. There is a company, let's say an animation company that really is hardcore flagging all of their content, and
No way.
yeah. So even if I obey normal fair use standards, which is what we're doing transformative content by reacting to it and not just putting up an entire episode and cutting and clipping things to only the things that we react to and the things that we talk
Mhm.
over and whatnot. Transformative content, fair use. That doesn't fly with a lot of companies, and we at the end of the day have to respect that it's their content, and we didn't make their animations and their voice acting and whatnot. But
Yeah, at some point we're gonna have to take the riff tracks angle and just like, all right, here's our audio file. Go watch the episode with it at the same time.
that would be a that would be a later day if enough people were interested. Sort of here we'll
Mhm.
post this up and that sort of thing. Here, little time counter on. But what I'm saying is that we're pulling all the angles here. So when
Mhm.
I'm even doing the normal standard level of acceptable editing, and that gets flagged, I don't think that I'm going to try and push the boundaries any much further by trying to get you more. Hey, these people are cooking rice on a hot table.
当たりに水道に
Well,
青い
let's see how much rice
今
they
日
cook
から
today
3
then.
人まとめて RGB ってことで呼び
Wow.
やすくていいわ
I knew it was the past, but for some reason I didn't realize that until I saw the time counter.
まあ細かいことはいいか。
Very important to know the
ヒ
exact
ーローみたいでかっ
specifics.
こいいな。俺が一番初めっての
Well, this is
がい
10
いね。
years in the past
ア
in
ス
the
ミ
anime.
3人まとめてって雑じゃないか。
Current day is
だって
2021.
シュータ、ラン君、お兄ちゃん3人揃うと何でもできそうな感じがするんだもん。
Yeah, of course they're putting like the sister as like the binding agent here.
やっぱレッドの俺が
そういうことだから。オッケー。じゃあ RGB に決定。
Can't be the sister though.
あすみちゃんにはかなわない
I think that was the one running the shop later.
あんなところまで行ってしまった。
I had all the letters right.
はい。この人知り合いよね。知らない人です。そうねえ、運行中の列車を止めた場合の損害賠償いくらか知ってる？
They actually want to reward them? I don't believe it.
そういやあれから
I don't
RGB の
know.
やつ
I
は
had it the
顔
other
を出
way.
してるか？
Like you owed them money for stopping a running train.
うん。なんかまた喧嘩
That
し
would
た
be
みたい
so
だな。
stupid.
顛末くらいは知っておこう
Oh,
か
that would
と。
be like
様子見てきましょうか。
助かる。
I don't know a
グ
good
ルフェス
example.
直
How
前
dare
で
you
ちょっと
save
忙しく
someone's
てな。
life and or
私
reputation?
も
We're
ちょうど
charging
相談
you.
したいことあるんで。
マリちゃん、そんな
Should
の
have
ん
been
き
on
し
the
てて
railroad
グルフェ
tracks.
ス大丈夫？
人気お笑い芸人小田源も来るんじゃ。
サインもらって
Oh, I
くれ
love
んか。
Koto Gen.
まあそのくらいでしたら。
宝商店街の未来は
He hasn't even appeared yet, and I already love him.
起死回生会心の一撃。
But this old lady loves him is enough for me. I'm
や
on
っぱ
board.
りあれですか。ライバルは宝モール？
ええ、あれができて半年。経営は苦しくなるばかりで。
24区の新たなソウルフード。
I told you. I told you these two were hired by somebody to shut this place down.
Hired by them all.
Hey, in episode 1, it seems just like it's a weird ass random comment for me to say that these two would be doing that, but knew it made sense.
お好み焼きは
ところが庶民のイメージはそうじゃないんですよね。もしもし。はい。万事順調です。詳細は週一の報告書で。分かっておりますよ。あくまで合法
That
的
guy definitely feels
に
like
手
business
荒
and
な真似はせ
marketing.
ず条件は満たしますので。
Greatest evil of all.
うちに。
Oh, I guess also Yakuza, but you know, that's ancillary.
ねえしゅうちゃん助けてよ。
ああ。
週末のグルフェスのメニュー作りアイデア欲しいの。
ああ、言ってて。
もう話聞いて。何？
Nice
筋
jump.
肉痛？
ああ、一昨日のあれからやたらと体が重くてな。
しゅうちゃん基本運動神経お化けだけど、あの時はなんかアメコミヒーローみたいだった。
Literally inspired by
何言ってんだよ。
Superman. There we go.
あれは
You
なん
keep
か
pulling Superman. He was the Flash
朝
last
から電話が
episode.
かかってきてさ、その電話の後、なんかすげえ動けた。
何言ってんの？あすみちゃんから電話？
いや、俺にもさっぱりわかんねえ。けど、あれは間違いなく本人の声だった。と思う。
自分が何言ってるか分かってる？それで
See?
あすみちゃんに
There's a
かけ直した
date.
の？
ああ、何度もな。
Versus
でも留守
nobody.
電になるだけだった。
This December 1st.
なんだろう。
Oh,
Or
bloody
なんか
12th
気持
January,
ちが整理
actually.
できない感じ。
俺も。でも気になって仕方ない。
なんかメニュー作りどころじゃなくなっちゃった。そうだ。ラン君、コウキ君と仲直りしなね。あと、私もいたずら電話だと思うよ。じゃ。
Simply a prank call
な
that
んで
gave
お
you
前が喧嘩の
superpowers
こと知ってん
by.
だよ。
What do you know about our
あすみちゃんが
arguments?
絡むと、ほんと他考えられなくなって。
Given that everyone knows these people, of course she would like hear the gossip like, yeah, one of them punched the other out yesterday.
Well, I mean, she's taking Green's approach to this, that Asumi's dead.
嬉しいだろ。が。
助けてミスター24！ヒーローの力が必要なの！
Very direct way of starting the plot.
ナイスキーパ
おい、アスミ、これがヒーローの仕事かよ。
でもやるんだ。
そりゃキーパーなしじゃゲームになんねえし。おっ
ー！さすがミスター24！ 何
I
し
was
てる
say
の？
they did refer to him as Mr. 24 in the past too.
Hmm.
あすみちゃん？
そう、アスミンがモチーフ。どう？似てる？
似てるけど、なんか大人っぽい。
そういう風に書いたかんね。
へえ。お土
Here's
産
my scrap bread.
青い
Alright,
ベー
Oh
コン
gosh, it is.
I didn't see a time jump back up, but this is the
せ
present.
っかくだから上がってみ
Yeah,
よ
it definitely is.
We also saw her with that bag of whatever
マリ
earlier.
さん、いらっしゃいませ。
Why are they all hanging out in the dark?
なんかすごいね、ここ。
ドレッ
ドのアジト初め
Oh, we're not recording here. I turned my lights off too.
秘
Blackout
密
window.
基地って感じだね。
外形に目つけられてんかんね。メンバーは匿名で素顔を出さず。まあシャンティータウンの仲間は俺たちの味方だから、そうそう身元はバレないだろうけど。じゃああの時未来を変えたってこと？
ラン君？
ああ、ごめん、なんでもない。
But yeah, he's actually thinking about like the consequences of what just happened.
Right, but they didn't change the future because they were given options for what the future could be.
ライブペインティング
Right, right. They
配信
got warnings. It's like, hey, trolley problem, and they're like, nah,
Yeah,
we.
it was literally do this thing or this thing.
Thank you.
They didn't see
And then
a
they-
future that was set.
Well, they're probably gonna dip in the probabilities, so it'll be fine for them.
俺ちゃ
3 years
ん、
ago.
こういうのは向いてないんだけどね。
言いつつ楽しそうじゃん。
ああ、ノリノリだな。いやいや、アートってのはアーティテュードの表明で、リーガルウォールにドローしてもそれはノットボムで邪道っしょ。
そんなことない。ラン君のアートはリーガルとかイリーガルとか関係なく心に響く。もっとみんなに見られ
Inspiring
る
him
べ
to
き。
crime, perfect.
Nah, I get it.
その
This
言葉
is
の方が響くってな。
she inspires all of them, which is her connection to all of them in the present.
写真いいですか？
お？もちろん。いくらでも撮んなよ。
ありがとうございます。よかったらそのうち動画も。
動画？
ライブペインティング素敵。
いいね。それ最高。
None of them have original ideas. They're all just hers.
Yeah. Also, cafe. I don't know if your subtitles show the same thing mine did.
I saw it.
やっほー、大学の。
わざわざすまないな。
いえ、お気になさらず。
まあしかし、発信機を忍ばせ
例
るな
の電話の件、犯人は特定できていませんが、アスミ様の番号に偽装した者がいるようです。引き続き調査を続けます。
そうか、頼んだ。あの
Investigation
電話と
continues.
未来予知。それから体にみなぎった力。
It's also weird
すべての秘密を解く
that we
か
saw
アスミを
one
語
in
っ
the
た
naked
クラチモノ
assuming
が
at
握っ
all,
ているは
but
ずだ。
you might
She's-
remember. You might
she's a
remember though, at
super-
the very beginning of the first episode, there was a different girl, not assuming.
Mhm.
時間ないな。
I mean, as the ghost person.
Right, character who appears once isn't explained, doesn't appear later. Or, well, at the very
白
end.
川先生何ですか？聞きたいことって。
Which is obviously the
宝
prime.
物。いえ、
Motivator.
やぶさめの狙い
Yeah, I
は何
wasn't
です
sure if that's the right word or not.
先生、やぶさめご存知でしたか？半グレ組織ですよね。昔の知り合いがいます。だったら話を。
私なんでこんな盗み聞きみたいな真似。
宝モールの経営はペーパーカンパニーを挟んでやぶさめが舵取りしています。グルフェスを使ってやぶさめは何企んでるんです。動く金額が大きすぎやしませんか？奴らここ数年犯罪スレスレで地上げして工事を請け負うって手口で稼いでるんです。宝商店街の地上げが目的。やぶさめの経営するモンジャングルは優勝するためなら手段を選ばない。宝モールは
The real evil all along were realtors.
おっと
This is a high stakes cooking tournament.
じゃあ僕はこれで
Incredibly.
どういうことなんですか？
桜木聞いてたのか？
なんか今の話、勝敗が初めから決まっているかのような内容でしたけど。
桜木お前賢いな。
先生、
大丈夫だ。俺が不正など絶対に許さん。信じてくれ。
わかりました。信じます。でも先生いつも誰かのためですよね。教師じゃなくなった今もいつも気にかけてくれて。
勝負んつうが俺なりの信念だな。
2 years
お
ago.
前ら放課後に廃校になった宝小学校で遊んでるだろう。再開発で取り壊しになるからもう近づくな。
Oh, this company's gonna be the one that started the fire.
Yeah, more so that it was an elementary school that's not even being used. So, age has nothing to do with it anymore.
せめて何かに転用するとかさ。
立ち入り禁止の場所で怪我でもしたらどうするつもりだ。手でをこねるな。
というわけで
Turns out he was actually
宝小
perfectly
学校保全会
right.
議を始めます。宝小学校をグラフィティで覆い尽くそう。
Yes, that'll definitely make people want to keep her.
Well, you have to remember, Griff, that every idea this girl has is apparently gold. So,
Very true. She can't be wrong.
she literally cannot be wrong. To the point where
But no.
she's come back from the dead to tell you how not right you
こ
are.
の活動は
Yeah, but I like the angle of this team, where they're just like, oh yeah, here's like a community building. We're all using it. Other people are coming in and trying to destroy it because they're just dumb realtors.
Also, can an elementary school have an alma mater?
I guess.
But they just called themselves an alma mater of this place.
覆そうと運動している件について把握はされていたのですか。テレビ報道までされて PTA からも突き上げが来ています。どうなんですか、白川先生。
Parent Teacher Association was also in on this.
High school cooking tournament.
2ヶ月前、私が直接
Very aggressive
廃校から出なさいと指導しました。
I don't know what the level of threat is here
今はそれ
anymore.
を後悔しています。
Superpowers.
彼らは私たち大人の都合を超えて、あの廃校が24区にとって大切な場所だと教えてくれました。会長、あの場所を文化的に保護する価値があると行政で認めるように動いていただけないでしょうか。
随分と私の子供たちを買ってくれているようでありがたいことだ。しかし立場上いくつか条件を出させてもらおう。
ダメ、シュウちゃんたちを待って。
Several conditions. One, it must be on fire.
すぐ行かないとみんなが助から
I
な
thought you
い。
were say one, it must be fireproof. So a friend could have died in there.
あすみちゃん、ごめんなさい。
Okay, never mind,
来
she's
るの
leading
待ってた
away.
らみんな助からない。
Yep.
死んじゃうよ。ダメだよ。シュウちゃんじゃないんだよ。死んじゃう。
I will be amazed, by the way, if like 5 to 6 episodes from now, she's the one spoofing the call.
絶対に忘れないでね。
That would be crazy. It's like, alright, so you're a cook, you run your own restaurant, and then you also have the time to make this supercomputer spoof a phone call and give people superpowers. Alright, you're the best character.
I mean, I'm not saying that the superpower thing is even related. That is just coincidental.
Well, she owns the dog. She is the best character, actually.
Despite the dog almost getting her killed last episode.
The dog is adorable. The dog's at no fault at all.
ダメだな。年下の子の背中を追いかけて、シュウちゃんのことバカにできないわ。あすみちゃん、RGB の相手は私一人じゃ足りないよ。あすみちゃん、マリさんですよ。みんながやんちゃできるのはいただきがあるから。
It had to be an episode that showed us how important she was to the group.
最後に帰ってく
I
る
guess that'd be
場
this
所があ
one.
るから。
Mhm.
そうなの？はい。マリさんのおかげなんですよ。だったらいいな。
おいマリー、グルフェス晴れるって
And
よ。
she's the reason that she's even with them, because she was a friend to her. She met on the playground.
Hey, back to the computer world.
Nope. Different
観
place,
測
different
地
person.
どう出るか
She's been
収束
involved
して
in
いない
this
こ
the
と
whole
は
time.
祈るばかりね。
Okay, what a reveal there at like the last couple of seconds right there, where she's been involved the whole time.
I mean, that's probably the thing that they're using to estimate the future,
Hmm.
which
And she's looking for a
means-
convergence of some kind, which I'm gonna guess is like the time cop stuff.
Okay, I've got it.
Okay.
Her father runs Sarg, right?
Uh-huh.
His father. Well, I guess her father too, because they're related. Well, I was trying to make it so you didn't think I was talking about the older woman there.
Yeah.
Asumi and Green's father runs SARG. SARG is the organization that runs pre-crime. So they've got the machine. Father does something. Like, he doesn't save. Maybe he saves his daughter by uploading her mind in the machine. Maybe he tries to do the SAO thing of, I've made a complete recreation of my daughter as best as I can, and she's in this machine. And now that recreation, upload, whatever, is calling out to their friends to do the thing that it's already programmed to do, which is stop crime from happening. But in this case, my friend is going to die. I'm going to call my my two other friends and my brother, who I guess is technically a friend. I don't know. I don't know how that works. No relatives. Anyway, just to get them to save my other friend. Like, this is the inciting moment that causes the ghost in the machine scenario.
No, that all makes perfect sense, honestly, and it's actually like a little hilarious. Take the body, stuff it in the machine.
Well, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like either upload
Sometimes dead is better. What
or
you get out of the
recreate.
ground, what you get back.
It still doesn't explain who the first girl was. The first
Oh,
minute of the first episode is a completely different girl.
Yeah, that's a good point. We still really don't know who that person is. Maybe they're just like the programmer, and she just hangs around her computer all day.
No, she's not a real person. She's
Oh,
a
right, she's
ghost,
like the AI
right.
construct.
Yeah, she's a floating ghost. Well, I can't even say
We're
that.
assuming.
She's a super blue ghost sprite sort of thing, but she also leans over the railing, falls, and we hear her hit the floor in a comedic timing.
That is a good point.
So
I mean,
she's
other than just
clearly
artistic style, but
well, she's clearly depicted in hologram type style, like glowing blue skin and everything.
hard light construct. We're entering DC now.
But the fact that she falls over, but yeah, also the woman that was just there is the one who specifically sought out to be Green's assistant and is constantly placing trackers on him.
Yeah, this is getting interesting. Like they didn't do the action this time. This was just set up, explanation, drama, and I'm like, okay, good. We know what's gonna happen next. And yeah, I'm still of things, I'm still definitely calling that realtor is the one that burned the school down and will become the primary antagonistic element.
Yeah, probably. But I mean, like I said, I called it. Those two guys were there to lower the
Lower the
sales
property
value of the property value because causing trouble and whatnot, or trying to
Yeah,
force
this is
people
a
out.
high crime area. We're going to foreclose now.
I'm calling here. This is very much. Oh God, what was the movie with the little spaceship aliens and they're flying around and a bunch of old people discover them?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
No, this is like an 80s to 90s movie. Oh God, I can't
90s
remember.
movie.
Yeah, like there's like these little. They look like
Space Jam.
They look like little UFOs, tiny little UFOs, or even like the bread that you put on top of a hamburger. They fly around and do things, and like an old guy finds them first. He's living in a housing complex, and then everybody else in the housing complex just discovers them, and they're helping them out because there is this like young guy who's trying to force everybody out of the building so they can demolish the building, sell it for money. Very much that story, but with these little tiny.
No idea, but we're gonna figure that out eventually because this sounds crazy. All right. So any other comments you got about like the episode before we go into other movies we've never seen?
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah, I know you have.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, I got a little bit emotional there at the end when there was the Asumi next to the girl, and she's like looking to the side and remembering this is what my friend used to do. I mean, nothing else in the episode made me feel any which way. It's like, okay, this girl's the golden child who does nothing wrong and then sacrificed herself for no reason.
Oh yeah, she has no flaws yet, which I mean, I guess like a lot of the characters don't actually like have a flaw or anything yet, but that's kind of fine. They're all going through trauma is basically the theme of this. And the only one not is the one who died.
Well, I mean, there's one major flaw. Again, she sacrifices her life for no reason. Batteries Not Included was the name of the movie.
Oh, there you go. You found it.
Of course I had to find it, because I was either going to find it now or some weird-ass, weak, separated thing where I was going to bring it up at the beginning of next recording.
Well, I'm glad we found it now.
Yeah, but I mean, she sacrificed herself for no reason. It
Right.
was just a building.
So, still, as much as like the boys are concerned about like what's going on, they are really getting closer to solving the mystery. Green has literally handed it off to the character who will not tell him ever, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, he hasn't handed it off. She just has more resources to do it than he does because she is a.
She knows the answer to the mystery.
I mean,
and is
from
not
his
informing him.
perspective, she's an adult and she's in the organization and she has contacts.
Mhm.
He is just the son of the guy who's running it and has other things to do.
So, I suspect definitely that they aren't going to make much progress unless an outside force pushes them to learn right now. Which
Well-
is fine. They're just normal people, more or less, with other things going on in their life. They're not going to investigate the mystery. It's like there's not going to be like a bunch of wood ships, and they're going to like go take it and get it chemically analyzed and go, "Oh yes, this is from the ship that disappeared 10 years ago." It's like that's not.
They're
that.
not ordinary kids either. One leads
They are.
an anti-government organization and live streams paintings
Mhm.
with his what's the God damn it, my brain's not working. What is his name? Laughing Man. This is Laughing Man face.
Yeah, it's just from Ghost in the Shell is just Laughing Man. That's
And the other one's a superhero. And one is a politician kid. Like, what teenager? How many teenagers do you know walk around full suit all the time?
I mean, be fair, he's like 19 and in college and doing a business at the same time.
Really, we don't know what age he is. Also, it
They
hasn't been pointed
graduated
out that
from
he's
high
in
school
college.
1 year ago, so it's 18, 19.
It's 18, 19. No, I'm pretty sure it's 20 and 21.
Okay.
That joke didn't land, huh?
Nope, didn't. But yeah, I'm excited to see like what the inciting incident is going to be next and where that'll push these people because we now know the position they're in. Terribly traumatized.
Well, I mean, next episode has to be the cooking tournament, which means we're gonna get the drama
Another
of
fire.
no, we're gonna get the drama of fixed results because we saw that coming up. We get the drama of the realtor company, the construction company. We're gonna get the construction company probably sending those same two guys in to try and ruin things to force all these people out. Although at the same time, it's a very big deal because they get a contract with the convenience stores, largest name convenience stores, which is basically like your grocery stores over there. Or
It's all quite literally gentrification.
well, I don't know about that.
It's pushing people out specifically to put in a more profitable business for somebody else.
You jumped topics on me there without telling me. I'm
Sorry.
talking about what a convenience store is in Japan, and you're talking
okay.
about very
Sorry, I was thinking of the
socio-economical
meta.
issues. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm thinking of the meta and like what's going on with that. Like,
Yeah.
but no, these are just small businesses.
Yeah, no. What I was talking about was more like the effect of like if Walmart sponsored a mom and pop shop store because they won a contest, like having the backing of a Walmart industry supporting a small business rather than the opposite, which is what you were just describing.
Right. But yeah, I'm excited to see what happens next time. So I guess we'll go ahead and leave it here if we got anything else. So that's been Stoneface Reactions. I'm Griffin, this is Theta, and we'll catch you next episode. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?